Hello students, coming for this video we are going to go for chapter 8 which is related to financial statement of a company. We have two statements, that is profit and loss account or income statement. As per Schedule 3 of Companies Act, we are going to see the format of this. If we're going for the calculation, this chapter is very simple and easy and you have only for 6 mark questions related to this. So let us go for the format. Observe how actually the format has to be done. It's very simple. So let us go for the format of statement of profit or loss or income statement. See in the question, either if it is profit or loss or income statement, you have to choose the same format. And for the heading, just to write statement of profit or loss as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act of 2013, you are given marks. So don't skip the heading from the question. So let us observe how the format is. First thing, they have given your revenue from operations or sales. See, if you have made a sale, it is income for you. So the same is called as a revenue from operation, income from your operations, which means you might have involved in trading, there is purchase and selling activities, right? So income from sales or income from operation, you have to take the value. And from this, if you have made any returns, which means if the customer have returned back the goods which you have sold, you have to minus the value because it cannot be treated as an income. So always you have to less the sales returns or any excise duty you have paid on sales against sales. So you have to minus that value because that has to be reduced from your overall income. So after that, whatever you get the total, okay, it is treated as net revenue from operation or net sales. So from this net sales or net revenue from operation, you have to add other incomes, which means, observe, the revenue from operation or sales is related to your business, whatever the business you are dealt with. But other incomes could be like income from rent, okay, or interest received, commission received. So all these are apart from your day-to-day activities or your business activities. So this has to be added. So overall your total income or total revenue have to be taken. So you have to mention it as A. So it's easy for us to go for the calculation. So just observe it. This format should be observed and it has to be remembered right from this step. Just follow as it is. So suppose in the question, if we have given rent received, income received, commission received, it has to be treated as other income. So don't observe that the format is given as other income and there is no word of other income. If they have given rent received or interest received, if you people skip, you might lose the marks. So observe it clearly. Now, this is the first part which we have to know. Next, going for second part, it's related to expenses. So we are going to go for total B now. So whatever the expenses related to your business, let us see how it is. Cost of material consumed. So if you have spent on purchase of the materials, okay, for selling it, so that has to be treated as expenses. Then purchase of stock in trade. Okay, either you have purchased raw material for further production or finished goods, or if you have purchased a stock in trade, which means ready-made stock. So this is also expenses you have to take. Next, changes in inventories of finished goods, which means opening stock minus closing stock. The difference what you have, that has to be treated as expenses. And work in progress and stock in trade. If anything is held still under a progress which is not yet moved on, so that has to be considered because that value is still a expenses for us. Then moving on to the next, employee benefit expenses. What is this employee benefit expenses? We have workers or employees working under our company. Imagine this could be for your company when you're doing this. So if the employees are working for your company, don't we pay them salaries? Don't we pay them certain benefits, like we provide provident fund, that is PF, ESI, that is insurance. Yes, apart from that, we also provide them entertainment, traveling expenses, conveyance expenses. So all these which are related to employees, that has to be considered under employee benefit expenses. Next, finance cost. So any interest paid, you have to consider under finance cost. Then depreciation and amortization. I guess you people know what is depreciation. It will be based on the fixed assets, and amortization is nothing but on intangible, say for goodwill. Suppose if depreciation is charged on building, it is a tangible, so you call it as depreciation. If the same value is going to be decreased on intangible like goodwill, patents, copyrights, that is called as amortization. So these expenses to be considered. Then other expenses apart from your business, any other small expenses which is to be treated as sundry or miscellaneous. So you have to take all those under the expenses, and the total expenses you have to mention it as B. This is the second step. You have to observe. So you need not mug up this, you just keep revising it, or you divide it. See how many we have: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 overall you have items and the expenses divided into 2. First 4 and the next 4, keep this in your mind so you can easily remember. Then going for the next step, the final step is finding out the profit before tax. Yes, first you have found the total income and then the total expenses. From the total income, if you minus the total expenses, the value which is left out with you could be profit before paying the tax to the government. So that is what here it is given as profit before tax. A is nothing but total income and B is total expenses. A minus B. You have to take the value, the outer column. Then with this, now the next step is, now we are going to pay tax to the government. So that is less tax expenses. You have to minus it. Always you will have in percentage basis, you have to show under the work, under the same, the next line itself, show it in the bracket, the calculations, take the value, minus it, and after paying the tax, whatever the amount left out will be the profit after tax that is available for the partners in case of partnership company, or in case of joint stock to the shareholders. So this is what the concept of the format of profit or loss or income statement is. Just observe this. This is very important. If you know this, you can go for the calculations.